If you're sending messages like this right here, you already lost. I don't know what you're looking for as an appointment setter, but I have some great news. I've been in bed, my ligaments are still torn. I don't know how long I'm gonna be in the bed for. So I had a sick idea for the episode 3 of this 5K sprint series, because in this one I'm gonna show you exact mistakes that keep beginners broke when they start with appointment setting. And single-handedly, me fixing these mistakes, unfortunately, it took a bit longer, it took me a few months, but that's exactly why I'm right now showing you all these things kind of summarize, my entire 3 years long journey, so you don't have to go through months and months and months of doing the mistakes. But it took me some time, and before I managed to fix those mistakes, I lost on probably tens of thousands of dollars, because as soon as I fixed those few that I'm gonna talk about, three to be precise, I started making decent amount of money online. It was around 5K a month at that time. So in this episode, I don't want to teach you any new crappy tactics, we'll definitely have enough time for it. But I just want to show you why effort alone isn't enough. You remember how in the last video I talked about volume negating luck, and how everything is about, sending messages in a high volume. Yeah, that is right. By the way, if you haven't seen the video, please go out there and watch it, because without you watching the episode 1 and episode 2, this is kinda useless. I can't lie, because yeah, how the fuck can you know what are we gonna talk about if you don't have the previous knowledge, the foundation, I'd rather say. But yeah, like I said, I want to show you why effort alone isn't enough, because the thing is that most people don't even fail at appointment setting because it doesn't work, it's outdated, it's, I don't know, why would someone hire me or any of that shit. It's simply because they make these same few mistakes over and over again, you know. And these three that I'm gonna show you are the biggest mistakes that keep people stuck at zero. I can't emphasize enough how important this is. So yeah, you better stay until the end, because if you don't want for your efforts to be wasted, and if you actually want to be making 5K a month consistently with it, this is probably going to be the biggest piece of knowledge I can ever share with you. Because you see this message right here. Yo, what's going on? So you're a sales G. Thought we should connect. Like, bro, who the hell wants to just connect nowadays? I don't even know the guy. And if he's maybe watching this video, me not blurring his profile picture, I couldn't care less. If anything, I would rather take it as a constructive criticism, because on the 16th of December at 10 a.m. he sent me this message. And yeah, of course, I didn't reply because, like I said, like I said in the last video, once again, if you haven't watched it, go and watch it. Like I said there, everyone knows the game. Thought we should connect is a bunch of bullshit, let's be real. Because there's always a hidden intention. Let's say a hidden intention, because at the end of the day, it's not even hidden, to be fair. It's kind of obvious, but you're just trying to lure me in, which I don't appreciate at all. And yeah, you automatically lose my respect. And when people start sending messages like these, you know, they give up too soon. Why? They send messages like these for a few days. They don't get replies. It's not that they don't get immediate replies or results. They probably don't get any replies whatsoever. If they ever receive a reply, sorry, it's gonna be something along the lines of, bro, yeah, I'm not interested, fix your crap, I'm not dumb. It's gonna be something along those lines, you know. And then they start doubting the whole thing. Oh yeah, why would someone this successful even reply to me? Why would they hire me? They don't need it. They don't this, they don't that. Limiting beliefs, in my opinion. I had them too, don't get me wrong, especially 3 years ago, when the thing was, I'd say, way more unknown than it is today, and there were way less businesses back then that actually needed setters as opposed to now. Now everyone needs setters. Like I said already, I think in the first episode, everyone is starting their coaching, everyone is starting their agency, and now they need salespeople. And the whole reason behind this absolutely horrendous mindset is because they don't see this working. But the real root reason, the real root issue of it not working is simply because they don't know how to do it properly, you know? And people actually give up too soon simply because they're sending either a bad opener or they have an absolutely terrible looking page. And then when you combine a generic copy pasted opener like this one Yo, what's going on? So you're a sales G, thought we should connect. Bro, I can literally send this to thousands and thousands of people a day, just copy pasting, bang, bang, bang. It's not unique. It's not personalized, what I said in the last episode as well. And then when you combine that with a page that doesn't look clean, it looks AI, it looks botish, and it just looks terrible. It's maybe even private. What else can you expect? Because I want to help you understand one thing. 20, 30 years ago, when you were applying for a job, you would bring your boss, you would get on an interview, and when you would face your boss, you would bring him like a piece of paper with a CV on it. All the things about your life, where you worked, do you have any bad experience, any bad history with the law enforcement and crap? Have you ever been arrested? All those kinds of things. Today, in this online space, in the modern era, your social media pages are like a CV. Honestly, it's a modern day CV. If you go to gym, you're gonna be posting it. It means that you're living a healthy life. You're trying to better yourself. If you're grinding and trying to make some money online, you're also gonna post it. If you achieve some results in that online space, you're gonna post it as well to kind of have more proof, more testimonials that you're actually knowing what the hell you're doing. You get me? So you need to make sure that your page is presenting you in the most human, most natural way possible. If you go on my page, Wolf of Croatia, you'll be able to see that, you know, I'm just a regular guy living a life making 8K a month or so, and just not traveling the world, but I'd say being here and there occasionally, just eating steaks, going gym, helping people make money as well. And that's me, and I'm trying to be as natural as possible. Even right now, while my leg is half broken, while I'm tied to my bed, I'm not ashamed recording this video in like a random gym top, you know, being tied to bed. I don't like for things to be fancy, and that's exactly what you should be aiming for as well, to be as natural as possible. And when you master that, you get to the openers part. Your opener simply needs to be short, personalized, human, natural, and easy to reply to. When I say easy to reply to, it means that it should end with a question that doesn't require for your prospect to use too much of his brain power. If it's a complex question, he's rather gonna leave it unseen, you know? And by all means, you gotta avoid copy pasting the messages, being generic, being long, and being salesy. Generic uh, equals these things right here. Yo, what's going on? So you're a sales G. Absolutely generic, not unique at all. At the end of the day, this sort of an approach when creating your opener cuts the bullshit completely and ends with a simple question that does require brain power, like I said. You know, you into sales G. Yeah, I have split thoughts about it. Are you running a coaching program? Are you running a group coaching or one-on-one? This or that, easy to reply to. Just get the reply, because the whole point of your opener is to get a reply and get removed from DM requests to their primary DMs, from where for every message you further send, they will get a notification. And that's what you need. You want for them to get notified when, you send them a message. Then mistake number two. After you get the reply, what's the first thing you're probably gonna do? It's a conversation mistake, by the way, and that's exactly what 99.9% of the beginner appointment setters start doing. They start waffling instead of keeping it natural. You get a reply and you immediately start sending long paragraphs listing why to hire you. You sound overly excited or needy. Like, oh yeah, bro, thanks for reply. So what I can do for you is I'll just get logged into your account, and then you go out there and do whatever. You make money, you focus on some more important things, while I'm gonna send messages, book people in for a call. You have to pay me just 5%, but only after the deal gets closed, and zero risk on your end. So yeah, how does it sound? It's kind of crappy, bro. Like, just act as it's another day in the office. I said it right here. This is the correct approach. Just another day in the office. Oh, yeah, cool, bro. So, you have any setters at the moment? What's your sales team looking like? I'm just curious because, yeah, maybe you don't need it, to be fair. Seems like you're crushing it, bro. That's what you need. Because on this first situation, in this first scenario, when you overload someone with information, you seem desperate, you seem inexperienced, which you obviously are. You are inexperienced, but let's keep that hidden for a sec, and you're just uncomfortable person to talk to. it starts feeling like a pitch. 30 years ago, when that, of course, you watched probably Wolf of Wall Street, and then when Jordan Belfort is calling all those prospects of his, and then at that time it worked. Today it doesn't work because everyone watched that movie, everyone knows the same game, and yeah, don't pitch. No unnecessary compliments. Yeah, doing it amazingly, but yeah, I feel I can bring you even more. Don't overly explain, don't oversell. Jordan Belfort did it. Now everyone thinks they can do it too. Yeah, they can't. Just be yourself, be natural, and act chill, act cool. That's absolutely crucial. Oh, yeah, I said it here. Stay casual, ask few and targeted questions, and let the combo unfolds naturally. Imagine going for a beer with someone, You just go for a beer with a guy, and then you start talking naturally. You're not gonna be speaking for too much. You're not gonna overly compliment him face to face. No, you're just gonna be natural. You're gonna be a pleasant person to be surrounded with. And that's exactly how you should act in the DMs, because I don't know the science, to be fair, but even though we're talking through the screen, not face to face in person, the energy is still transferable in sales, and you absolutely need to make sure that you're a pleasant person to speak with. And then when it comes to other things, asking few targeted questions, like I said earlier, bro, you have any sales teams? How is it looking at the moment? You just let the prospect speak more than you. You need to listen more than you speak. And mistake number three is the sales mistake. Forcing the call, talking more than listening, like I said, pressuring to get started. Because pushiness creates resistance, kills trust, and makes prospects pull away. People love to buy, but no one likes being sold to. That's my always go to saying. So you absolutely need to keep in mind that as a setter, you set, not close. You gotta prove yourself in being skilled in booking a call. Therefore, just mate, qualify, guide, create curiosity, and book him in. So yeah, that's essentially what you absolutely gotta be avoiding in the next few weeks of doing an appointment setting job, because it's absolutely crucial for you to just understand how this entire thing works. Because like I said in the last video, once again, if you haven't, go out there and watch it. You gotta prove yourself first before getting an opportunity to work for someone else. And in the next video, I'm gonna explain exactly how you should be asking questions to make the prospect open up more, and to make it a no-brainer for him to pay you juicy prices, when he hops on. 2,000, 3,000 euros, whatever. You gotta be making money properly with this approach, and yeah, either implement or just lose on thousands and thousands of dollars, like I unfortunately did in the first 4 months of doing so. So yeah, you're a setter, you set, you're not a closer, you don't close. That's the main lesson. So yeah, thanks for watching, subscribe if you'd like, and stay tuned for more. Keep grinding.